The cosmic entity that is known as the Phoenix Force first appeared in Uncanny X-Men 101, and it was created by Chris Claremont and Dave Cockrum. However, the Phoenix that first appeared wasn't technically the cosmic personification of life and passion. The Phoenix, as it was originally written, was that Jean Grey had achieved her full potential. She became a being of energy, reforming herself, and she was reborn as the Phoenix. However, it was later written that the Phoenix Force itself was actually a cosmic entity that had lived for untold eons. Originally, the Phoenix was formless and would judge the universe. The Phoenix had the power to destroy and recreate any aspect of the universe as a whole. It would be worshipped as a god throughout the cosmos by several different species, including the Shi'ar Empire. The first time that the Phoenix would appear on Earth was during prehistoric times, where she took a young host and fought against the Celestials in the earliest form of a superhero group. That's kind of known as Avengers 1 million BC. She would also start a romance with a young Odin. The first being to become known as the Dark Phoenix was Rook Shear of the Shi'ar Empire. Bonding with the cosmic force, Rook Shear would be driven mad by the power, and he had given into his dark impulses. He would eventually be stopped by the Imperial Guard. With Rook Shear defeated, the Phoenix would continue its travels. It was a mage's dream that would give the Phoenix its fiery bird-like appearance. The Phoenix would then return during the 16th century, where it would be confronted by an Iron Fist. The Iron Fist took control of the fiery being and traveled back into space in order to keep the Earth safe. Eventually, the Phoenix would return and bond with Jean Grey when she almost died in space. The Phoenix sensed Jean's power and saved her life. Unfortunately, due to the machinations of the Hellfire Club, Jean would eventually lose control of the Phoenix and become the Dark Phoenix. She would travel into space where she would devour a star and wipe out an entire solar system. When the Shi'ar had to fight against her, she wiped out the entire capital ship in a matter of seconds. Jean would then return to Earth, where Jean would regain control after the Dark Phoenix was defeated by Professor X. However, the Shi'ar arrived, forcing Jean to stand trial for her actions. When the X-Men gathered to fight their friend in a trial by combat, Jean realized that she might lose control once again, and she decided to take her own life. Now, over the years, the Phoenix would show that it maybe has an unhealthy attachment to Jean Grey. It would resurrect her several times, as well as bonding with both her daughter and her clone. Even in an alternate timeline, it all appears to be true. Rachel Summers is the daughter of Scott and Jean from the Days of the Future Past timeline. In this time, Rachel would become the host for the Phoenix and is said to be the one true Phoenix. Having seemingly been able to control the cosmic being, Rachel would be the longest running host for the Phoenix Force, controlling it for some time, even when she was dropped into the 616 universe. The Phoenix would then travel to Earth several times, usually looking for new hosts. The Phoenix also took a great interest in a child named Hope, who was the first mutant born after the mutant population was almost wiped out by Scarlet Witch. Hope would show some affinity to control the Phoenix Force itself, and it would return to her several times. Most notably during the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline. When it sensed that the Phoenix was once again returning to Earth, Scott Summers planned on using the cosmic power to restart the mutant race, after Scarlet Witch wiped out most of them once again in the House of M event. But the Avengers were worried that the Phoenix would bring nothing but destruction on Earth. The two teams would fight on the moon while Iron Man prepared a weapon to destroy the Phoenix. However, instead of destroying it, the Phoenix would break into 5 parts and take 5 different hosts. As the 5 hosts were eventually defeated, Cyclops would become the only remaining host and have full control over the Phoenix power. Cyclops would then lose control, becoming the dreaded Dark Phoenix, and he would use his power to kill Professor X. Both the Avengers and the X-Men joined forces to fight against the Dark Phoenix, yet even with all of their power, they are quickly overwhelmed. It takes the combined power of Hope and Scarlet Witch to finally defeat the being, and using their powers, the women convince Cyclops to release the Phoenix, and it enters Hope once again. With this done, they combine their powers to wish away the Phoenix. All of that destruction fixed, and the mutants are born once again. Though aspects of the Phoenix Force would appear throughout the Marvel Universe from time to time, the being would actually once again return to Earth to resurrect Jean once more. However, this time, the X-Men are able to speak with Jean. Showing her what has happened to her friends and family, Jean manages to speak with the Phoenix, convincing it to finally release its hold over her. The Phoenix agrees, leaving Jean alive once more flying off into space. However, Namor would try to contact the being, hoping to use its power to defeat the Avengers and finally get revenge on the surface world for what it has done to his oceans and the city of Atlantis. Unfortunately for Namor, once the entity returned to Earth, it chose instead to bond with Moon Knight. Becoming the Fist of the Phoenix, Moon Knight manages to break free of his control of Khonshu and help the Avengers defeat the Moon God. A brief moment passes where Moon Knight believes that he can burn away the humans from Earth, but he decides against this plan. And shortly afterwards, Thor beats the Phoenix Force out of him and it once again returns to space. Probably for like a month, and then it shows up again to control Jean or something. But this is pretty much as far as we've actually got. In other media, the Dark Phoenix saga was portrayed pretty close to the comics in the 90s X-Men cartoon, and technically the Phoenix saga was sort of told in those live-action X-Men movies. But yeah, the less we say about those, the better. Overall, the Phoenix Force is just one of those things in Marvel that they discovered people liked and can't seem to stop making it pop up in comic books. It's an awesome idea, it's a cool thing, but it's one of those evil beings that just makes us go, huh? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time right here at our Know Your Universe series, where once a week we sit down and tell you the backstories to some of your favorite characters in Marvel and DC, and sometimes Image comic books. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you next time right here at Comicstorian.